Anything particular about blood type?
Just this is another fashionable fad, or is there actual science to this?
You know, I personally quite like blood type because there is, I think, something to it, but then it's another example of actually, again, too specific. Mm-hmm. So, for example, you have, Mr. Smith, who's an O type, Mrs. Smith, who's an A type. If they try and share dinner, they're going to have two different meals because there's such a big list of food on each type that you need to avoid or have.
You mean if they're aware of it?
If they're following the diet, mm-hmm. then they can't share a meal, pretty much. But what I do is I take the overall construct of that and say, well, O's are the kind of oldest, genotype, and they actually fall well into the paleo kind of mold, as I said earlier. A lot of O's I test by, the food sensitivity, and wheat and dairy is high on there. So they actually do quite well in a paleo approach. Mm-hmm. So do you need to go grain-free? I don't necessarily believe you do.
You need to, again, look at the person.
You need to look at the individual because this is 4 blood types for the whole world. Mm. Can we really divide the world into 4? Well, it's better than one size fits all, as other diets try and do. But hey, we can go a step further. So if somebody comes to me and says, right, I'm vegetarian, or want to be vegetarian or vegan, and say they're blood type A, then I'll be a little bit softer on them. Mm-hmm. If they're an O type and they want to be vegan, I'll really interview them hard about mm-hmm. their ethics around that. If mm-hmm. it's to do with health, I'll try and put towards them a health mm-hmm. argument. But if it's to do with ethics, then okay, I respect that decision. So
I'd like to talk to you about ethics and vegan and raw diets, but to end off with the choice of the blood type. You interview the person and they're O, and you know that those are meat eaters. So they really want to be, but how compliant are they going to be, and how long is it going to take for them to really just go back and have that steak? Because that's in them. Yeah. If you believe this whole thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It depends on their mind. It depends on their body. If they've got such a belief, then they can mm-hmm. follow through. But mm-hmm. they'll often get to a point where the health starts to imbalance, and if they really start to waken up to their health, they might listen and occasionally bring something mm-hmm. in. And a very good example of that is Antonia De Luca, the owner of Leafy Greens Cafe in Johannesburg. Mm-hmm. Vegan, mostly raw food vegan. Mm-hmm. And the last year or two, she started having some eggs and even a bit of lamb here and there. Mm-hmm. Why? Because she's listening to her body and she's refusing to put herself in a box. Mm-hmm. I am a vegan, and that is it. Mm-hmm. She'll say, well, I'm mostly vegan, but I also pick and choose what my body needs. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, is something I respect a lot.